Guys, Dark Skeleton here, and this may be one of those games where my opponent actually has a poor read on what kind of deck I'm trying to play, and then makes many mistakes as a result of not understanding exactly what he's up against. Well, what this deck actually is, or at least was supposed to be, is a very generic Frost deck. Now, it actually doesn't have cards like Antonidas, and it doesn't have Alexstrasza, so it's not competitive or anything. But it does run things like Cone of Cold, it runs Frost Nova, Blizzard, and a couple of Flame Strikes. It was one of my earlier attempts at basically saying, to hell with you bastards and your damn aggro decks, I'm sick of them, I'm sick of the aggro hunter, I'm sick of the mech decks that are coming out with GvG. I just want to watch a couple of boards fry to a Flame Strike. Arena's great for that, but hey, you can do it in Constructed too, I guess. So these first couple of plays that I end up making look a lot like I'm trying to go aggro on him, but mostly it's just what I happen to have in my hand. Going for the Mana Worm and the Sorcerer's Apprentice for no particular reason. Now, I could have tried to double Ice Lance and even thrown a coin out there just to buff up the Mana Worm, but this was intended to actually be a control deck, and usually, no matter what deck you're going up against, especially if it's a Shaman, they have at least some removal to take whatever I have on the board off the field. So, as you'll see here, he just basically goes ahead, takes care of my stuff, not a big deal. I mean, this deck wasn't even meant to really play minions on turn 1 and 2, it just kinda happened that way. So for the hell of it, mostly as a totem bopper to be honest, I drop a mind control tech on the field. I don't think this is going to be one of the games that actually the guy plays enough minions for me to mind control tech. So I just put him on the field. The fact that he creates a 1/1 token is fine, because now I can Fire Blast that token and hit him in the face for 3 damage and pass turn. I mean, the later the game goes, in general, the better it is for me. I have all these stall cards for a reason, and the reason for that is so that I don't really have to give much of a crap. Now, I'm not recommending this deck list at all. It's not great, it's just something I happen to have thrown together previously, and decided I'd take it to casual just to complete the daily quests. His response to my Hero Power Pass is to Hero Power Pass, which is great for me. That means I get to pop him for another 3 damage. And I have pretty much all the removal I could ever need in my hand, so I don't care how long this game takes, for the most part. And finally, this Shaman gets around to playing some stuff. I've noticed that a lot of these Shaman decks are really trying to do that not do anything until turn 5, 6, or 7 crap. I mean, is every single Shaman running Ancestor's Call, or did I miss something else? Or was he just that afraid of me removing his Unbound Elemental that he wanted to save it till turn 6? I guess maybe if I was him, I'd really be thinking, hey, I'm going up against an aggro mage, look at the Mana Worm, look at the Sorcerer's Apprentice that he's playing. Well, the thing is, there actually exists 5 players like myself in the world who don't actually go and copy-paste deck lists all the time. Sometimes they play decks that don't really make sense, but still kinda work. And I guess this is one of those moments where it pays off, because him not playing his Unbound Elemental actually makes it a lot easier for me. Though, to deal with his board fully, I need to think about this. I can't kill everything in the same turn. What I just go for is the Blizzard here, because I know, for the most part, whatever he does next turn, I can Flame Strike and kill his stuff off. So, I don't really think this guy's running Ancestor's Call. I think this Shaman deck is much more standard, more vanilla, maybe more Nax-ish. And he doesn't really have too many GvG cards in there, or any at all, really. I don't think I saw a single one. He plays the Defender with Argus, which is generally a solid card. Interestingly enough, he keeps 1 spider around and instead goes for an Earth Shock to remove my 3/3. I consider that kind of a win, because I not only killed a minion with it, put in some damage, but I also burned an Earth Shock for nothing. So here, I'm just like, hey, he set up the perfect board for me, why not Flame Strike it? And while you're at it, why not make use of the coin to buff up a Mana Worm? Now I know for damn sure that killed a lot of whatever board presence he thought he could put out, and that's kind of the point of this deck, just to fry everything your opponent throws at you, cripple them, and then just finish the game however you want, whether that's fireballs to the face, or I think there's actually a couple of big minions in here, I'm not totally certain about that though. So he makes a very wait-and-see play, just going for the Gnomish Inventor, put down another totem, I killed the totem off. Good, the gnome is a good target for Flame Cannon, so I burned that. He continues with the last 2 Shamans I've showcased with the legendary Totem Pass turn. So I draw into an excellent card for this point in the game, my Azure Drake, which immediately makes me think in my mind, hey, I should burn him for some damage, because, especially with drawing into that Fireball, I can basically have him dead in 2 turns. So I do the Frostbolt double Ice Lance combo, which usually the kind of thing you would run in an Antonidas deck, but I don't have Antonidas, sadly. So, whatever works. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, this guy's toast. I don't think there's a single card a Shaman would ever play in order to survive this ordeal. However, that's where I'm actually wrong. He's playing Alexstrasza in a Shaman deck. If I had to guess what this guy's grand plan was, is to stall until you can Alexstrasza the opponent, Alexstrasza him, and then burn his face with a bunch of lightning bolts and crackle. Seems to be something kind of popular with all these lightning bolts and crackles, burst shamans becoming a thing. I haven't really seen all that much evidence that it's really any good though, because the thing about crackle and lightning bolt is if you stuff your deck with nothing but that, then you have to use that removal on killing enemy minions if they play anything at all, so you'll never get to use it for burst. It's the same problem that a lot of stall mages have as well. You get to the late game and then you just don't have enough damage to finish your opponent. Now I could be totally wrong about that, he could just be running Alexstrasza because he happens to like it, but I know there's basically nothing he can do at this point. He even has to spend 8 mana to hex my Lotheb. So it's like, okay, good job, you neutralized my field, have 2 fireballs to the face, thanks for playing. To be honest, after all the spell shamans the last couple days, I missed the mech shaman that I saw in ranked, where you would play mech's power mace, which is so excellent, and then just kind of overwhelm your opponent. It worked nicely. Anywho, I've been Dark Skeleton, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.